Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel where it's my opinion or no opinion at all. Scottalicious McFabulous here, and I hope that you are feeling Percy. And today we are taking a time warp back to 1996 and 1997 with both of my Coach vintage Willis bags. Is there a difference? The facts might shock you.
Come on!
But before we hop into the Coach Willis time warp, if you guys love handbags, hauls, Coach, luxury, the whole lot of those, please hit the subscribe button if you are new. And if you guys enjoyed today's content, make sure you hit that like button, as it does help me know you enjoyed today's video. And it helps with that ever-changing, ever-growing YouTube algorithm. Now, y'all know exactly what time it is. It is time to get Percy. Now, as we all know, the Coach vintage Willis bag is probably my favorite vintage bag to date, just because it is just so iconic. Every sense of the word iconic. The silhouette, the craftsmanship, everything about these bags is just top notch. And luckily enough, I have two, and they're both made in two different countries. So the black one here, I did say Costa Rica. I will correct this right now. It's Hungary. Girl, I'm hungry. And this one was made in the USA, so United States. And no matter how beautiful, and I mean beautifully built these bags are, there are some differences, shockingly. Before, I had two of the same Willis bags, just I think like 1 year apart, but one made in America, one made in Hungary. Before I had that, I had the black made in Hungary bag here. I always thought that this leather was like the penultimate, like this is like the cream of the crop, like this is the leather. But I then got my made in America Coach Willis, and my thoughts kind of changed. I was like, oh, this leather is still top quality. Like, in my opinion, it's still some of the best Coach's ever done. But when I got my made in America Coach Willis bag, I immediately noticed I want to say a pretty massive difference in leather qualities, but there is some like pros and cons to both. Nevertheless, I did want to take time to point out the differences that I personally noticed, others online have noticed, and just my general thoughts and feelings and opinions on both types.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Again, both of these bags, no matter the origin, are stunning. And they are both expertly crafted. Like, I mean, expertly done. But there is a difference in materials. So the leather used is different. And there's debate on whether or not hardware is different. And I want to kind of like explore the differences, because again, when I did first get this, I immediately picked up a difference. I immediately was like, oh. At first I was like thinking maybe this was like, I don't know, girl. I was just like, what is going on? But turns out made in America bags at the time were using thicker, higher quality leathers than the other areas were, like Hungary, Mexico, other countries that 90s Coach was actually manufacturing. So Coach has always switched around who manufactures their bags. They started out made in America. I don't really think that really makes much of a difference, but they did build the brand off of Made in America. And then around the 90s is when they started introducing other manufacturing sites in like Hungary, Mexico. I want to say China, but I don't think China came until like 2000s. But no matter who made the bag, where, what, when, why, how, whatever, the bag materials are completely different. So with the Made in America one, it is actually a thicker leather. It is thick. It's a thick boy. And I was actually kind of surprised because I always thought that the Costa Rica, the Hungary, the Mexico bags were always like pretty damn good in like the thickness of the leather and everything. So when I like grabbed the Made in America and I was playing with the bag and everything, I was like, oh, there is actually like a significant difference between the two leathers. But again, at the time when they were doing that, they were leaving and kind of like reserving thicker leather for the Made in America bags and kind of catering to an audience that wanted lighter bags. There is a pretty hefty difference between the two bags, I would say. So they were trying to appease to both audiences, I believe, and they were using the lighter leather in Hungary, Costa Rica, etc. But again, it's still like insanely great leather. Like I still stand by these bags fully, no matter where they were made. Like these are still some immaculate bags, but there is differences.
And on a Taco Tuesday, she never left the car because she loved to celebrate Taco Tuesday. She liked the soft shell.
Again, I'm not trying to make it sound like this is garbage and this is the best. I'm trying to just give my honest breakdown of materials. And in all honesty, there is a rougher texture on this black one here. The leather is not as thick, and it's very evident by when you're playing with the flaps of the bag of the Willis, and even when you're just like holding the bags. And like when you're pressing your fingers between like against each like piece, it is definitely evident that the Made in America bag has the thicker, better leather. That's just the tea. I love both bags regardless. I love my vintage Willises, no matter where they were made from, no matter what materials were used. They both seem to be solid brass hardware, but it does feel like the Made in America one might be a bit heavier. Maybe, I wouldn't say it's like a crazy... No, like they feel the exact same in all honesty. But if I could, it would be really cool to like dissect something and like really like weigh out each piece maybe. Like if somebody, like maybe if I find like a really, really, really bad Made in America bag and like a really, really bad Made in Costa Rica bag or Made in Hungary, whatever, and like actually weighed out the hardware and like did some like real scientific like studies with it, I think that would be really cool. I think the plating on this one might be a bit thicker than it is on this one. Regardless, I don't really notice much of a difference. I do think the hardware looks a little better on this one, but that's just visibility to the naked eye. In all honesty, y'all could probably debate with me in the comment section below which looks better, but I can't really tell much of a difference. It looks better, but I can't for certain sit here and be like, oh my god, it is so much better like the leather is. One would assume, though, that because they put more attention to the leather, that they would also do that for the hardware. So I'm gonna say that, not definitively, but just at a glance, it does look better. So that's just my opinion on the hardware itself. But now let's hop to you guys. Do you guys own two of the same bags made in different countries, and do you notice any differences? I want to know your thoughts. And did you notice the differences I'm talking about? I just noticed, like, it's very obvious, but I just want to know your thoughts and opinions. Would you rather have a better leather bag, but it's heavier and it's going to be a little harder to carry around more things in? Or would you prefer a vaguely similar leather, but it's lighter and it's not gonna be as strenuous on you? Which would you prefer? I personally, for me, I think I prefer this one, but that's just because I love leather. I'm a leather buff. I am obsessed with it. That's basically why I love handbags so much. It's just, there's something about leather, girl. There's something about leather. But what there's also something about is my outfit of the day featuring my black Willis.
Don't believe in you, but all you need is just for one person to believe. There can be 100 people, 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 1,000, 9,000, or 999. There can be 100 people.
Alrighty, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's Coach What's the Difference video between Made in America and Made in other country bags, because there is a difference. Now, I wouldn't really say there's a difference between craftsmanship or anything. Like, whomever they hired did excellent no matter where you get the bags from. But there is differences in leather and debatably hardware. I would say yes in hardware, but that can most certainly be debated. And I want to know your honest thoughts and opinions on today's video topic. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy today's Coach Willis Bag video, please hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit that like button, share with your friends and family, comment to me any type of opinion you may or may not have had on today's outfit of the day, or Willis Made in America versus Willis Made in Hungary video. As well, you can always support me and the channel directly by sending me a very generous super thanks donation. And you can check out the description box below for the 3 lucky links to my Instagram, Facebook, and a Discord notification squad. I love you all to the absolute moon and back, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!
I think it was good.
I'm done. No, show's over. Show's over.
See you next Taco Tuesday, bitch.